Hi, I'm Kristen Namdahl with Red Heart Yarns. This is part 2 of the Dusty Snowflake throw instructional video, and if you recall, in part 1 we made the entire rounds 1 through 7 of the first motif. In part 2 we're going to work round 7, the final round of our second motif, and joining it to the first motif as we go. So let's get started. I have rounds 1 through 6 already finished, and we're going to start round 7 the same as we started round 7 on the original motif, with a chain 3 that counts as our first double crochet, a second double crochet in the same joining stitch, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the same stitch, and then we're going to single crochet in our next chain 1 space. Then in our next chain 2 space on the original motif, we did 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. In this one, we're going to do our 2 double crochets. Now, instead of doing a straight chain 3, we're going to do a chain 1, slip stitch to join in an adjacent chain 3 space on the first motif, and a chain 1, and that chain 1, slip 1, chain 1 counts as a total of a chain 3 for this pattern. So chain 1, we're going to grab a chain 3 space on the adjacent motif, working from the back to the front, slip stitch into that chain 3 space, chain 1, and then working back into our current motif, we're going to finish this with 2 more double crochets into the chain 2 space. And then we'll single crochet in the chain 1 space. Then in the next single crochet, we're going to work 2 double crochets. Now, in the original chain 7 round, we just did a chain 1 before the next 2 double crochets. Instead, we're going to join this one to the chain 1 space on the adjacent motif, working from the back to the front, slip stitch through that chain 1 space, then working back on our current motif, we're going to work 2 more double crochets in that single crochet. In the next chain 1 space, we're going to work a single crochet. Then in the next chain 2 space, we're going to do just like we did in the other chain 2 space, working 2 double crochets, chain 1, slip stitch into the next chain 3 space on the adjacent motif, chain 1, working back into our current motif, work 2 more double crochets, and a single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Now that completes the repeat for the joining section. The remainder of round 7 is exactly identical to round 7 on the original first motif. So you just want to finish that around, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch at the beginning of the round and fasten off, and you've finished this motif. And you want to work this in strips of motifs. And then in the next series, in the next video in the series, I'll talk about making the filler motifs. The Dusty Snowflake throw and many more patterns are available on the website, so please come check it out at redheart.com.